Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today I want to bring you guys with me to clean, organizing and decluttering the different areas in here in our homeschool here at home. I want to take the time to just take all the materials that we're no longer using. I have a lot of materials, not only for this year that is about to end, but for the previous years as well. And I feel like before you start planning everything when it comes to how things are going to happen for the upcoming year, I think it's very important to just have a complete clean canvas, or at least as clean as you can. To be able to focus on what you guys want to do for the upcoming year. Or at least that's how I feel. I feel like if I still have things that I need to do, that I need to tackle here at home, I am not going to be focusing completely on planning for the new upcoming year. It's just, I will always have in the back of my mind that I have to still clean and organize, which is the reason why I decide to stop everything, stop continuing planning for the upcoming year, and just clean not only the areas of homeschooling, the areas that we use to homeschool, but as well the areas in my brain that are just trying to, relax and focus for planning the upcoming year. I feel like when everything is disorganized, you just can't take your time and you cannot visualize what you want to happen for the upcoming year, because you're just focusing on the fact that you have still things to do. And that's exactly what is happening to me right now. So I would like to just start organizing the different areas. I have a lot of curriculum that we're no longer going to be using that are from previous years as well, because we moved. I didn't have the time to just clean and organize the way that I wanted to clean. So I still have boxes in here that I need to just take out and take all the materials that are out of there and just make piles for maybe donating, selling, and just adding them to the trash can. I feel like in that way that's a good reason for me to not only have all those areas that we're going to be using for homeschool clean, but areas that probably while I am at work will cause a stress, because I will have them always in the back of my mind that I still have to organize. And during the weekends, you should rest, especially if you're a person that, just as I do, I work outside. It's just a little bit more difficult. It just creates for you to get not on time with the things that you have to do in your home. So I am trying to, as much as I can, not only help myself with the things that we have to do here in our home and with the homeschool, but as well just facilitate things to me when I am at work, not having to come here to the house and just think and stress that I have things still to organize and clean. So I would like to take this time of the summer, so from July on, to start cleaning. We are still doing homeschool, very minimum homeschool, the basics. We are just going through the reading, just finishing. We are still doing introduction to logic, math, and science, just finishing those areas, and then we are going to be able to leave the rest for the upcoming year and start with the new materials. I just want to make sure that we're finishing with the things that we need to finish. I haven't surrendered the portfolio yet. I haven't have my kid evaluated yet, so I have that as well that I have to be thinking, and I would like to see how I can just give the portfolio, make sure that I am just tackling, starting to just work with the areas that I have to clean in here in our home, and having a clean canvas for the upcoming year. So I would like to switch the camera and show you guys the different areas that I am going to be cleaning. This is not something that will just be one day I will be able to clean all of these, because again, I have things in here that I haven't been able to just accommodate in the different areas that I want them to be, because we moved not too long ago. So I would like just to see how I can accommodate things and at the same time organize the new material, which I pretty much have already organized, but the material that we are no longer going to be using, just separate those things and organize them and see how I would like to organize part of the materials, the new materials that are still out of place. The problem is that we got rid of some of the bookshelf that we were having on our previous place, and now I feel like I do not want to bring more to the new place. I would like just to actually utilize what I have already, and it's not going to be beneficial for us to just keep adding things to keep the materials that we're no longer using. It's just taking a space and taking from our space and giving me another place for me to have to focus and just worry about. I just want to get rid of those materials and just accommodate the new materials in those spaces that were occupied by things that we no longer were using. Okay, so that's what you're going to see. Again, I would like to switch the camera and show you guys a little bit of what you guys are going to see me doing. So this is one of the areas that I would like to just clean. So here I have the printer, and I have this drawer that I would like to clean as well. This basket, which is full of papers, I would like to go through that. This area underneath the desk, organize it as well. I have some materials in there, and then when I go here, I have these books that I already took out of the boxes, and some of them we're going to keep, some of them we're going to donate, and some of them we're going to trash because we're no longer going to be using them. I have these drawers as well that I would like to take care of, just organize all these drawers that are full of supplies and materials. All of these I would like to just completely organize. They're just full of materials in here, and books that we are no longer using. We have as well supplies, stickers, pencils, all the wires in there. I have this area as well with some of the homeschool portfolios. This is from where we moved, and I have some materials in there on that corner right here. You can see right there, and these in here, some of the things that are in here are new, like this poster in here that I haven't been able to put, and try to organize as much as I can these. So these are the first areas that I would like to organize. I have in here the area of my bedroom. I just already organized that area, but I still have to organize this in here. Here I have the materials that we are still continue using. Some of them we're going to finish very soon, so I would like to clean this basket as well. This is where our new materials are at. If you notice, I add the basket for my dog's toys because they were disorganized as well. So little by little, I am just organizing. Sorry about the light that is dark in here. This is another area that I would like to tackle, which is our 3-tier cart that I need to clean and organize. If you notice, it just has the old materials. I would like just to clean completely this cart. If you notice, it has his portfolio there pretty much ready. I am not sure how I am going to be doing this because reality is he has we cover a lot of materials, and that homeschool portfolio, if you notice, is just massive. And I would like just to being able to take the time to clean this area. So if you notice, there's different areas here that I would like to organize. I have as well here our supplies in this caddy that I would like to just organize as well, go through the markers and everything, just to make sure that we have all the areas that we use clean. So from really shiny to really dark, the temperature has been changing, but I would like to go through the materials that I have in here that I am going to be taking out. Some of them obviously I am going to be selling, some of them I am going to be donating them, and some of them I am just going to overall just getting rid of them. But I am going to start tackling by his portfolios. That's what I have in here. In here I have this clipboard that I purchased for him. These are the ones that are, you know, they turn sideways, which I like. This is my clipboard, and I have in here all the portfolios. I am going to concise as much as I can the portfolios, which is what is taking a lot of space in here. These are the boxes that I haven't been able to know what I am going to be doing with them. That is the reality of these. It's just making things complicated because they are full of materials, full of books, and I got rid of some of our bookshelves. I just left a few of the bookshelves, but the rest of them I actually took them out. So I am just going to try to concise as much material as I can. These are his portfolios. I think I can still take a few of the papers out of here and maybe put the two of them together, because usually I put a lot of papers in his portfolio, like more than what they ask for a proof as progression when he is doing his portfolio. But we do as well the standardized test, because I always like to have him just test just to make sure that he is getting where he needs to be as well, because I always like to know how I am doing as a teacher, and where do I have to concentrate the most time with him. So that is the reason why we do standardized tests as well. But in here I have this binder. I have this one that is from Gather Around Homeschool, which probably we're going to be using these at some point again. Just to review, this is the level 2, and I have in here as well, just take this out of here, his 7th grade homeschool portfolio, and I have just more portfolios in here. I am not sure what is this. Oh, these are the units from Good and Beautiful for the space unit. I am not sure if I am going to keep that or I would like to give that away. But I am going to go through some of his binders and see what I can just minimize. Maybe just have everything in one binder and then just have these for whatever we need. So this is his 7th grade. Here is his 6th grade for his portfolio. So I have 2 portfolios in here. So I think that's what I would like to do. And then I would like to see how I can just tackle this box and have it out of the way. At least this one first, which is the biggest one that I have in here. And then go through the other boxes and portfolios and everything. So we have materials in here, papers, DVDs, things that we use in our homeschool, things that I use all the time here in my home for homeschooling. So pretty much all the materials in here. I would like to go through this box and just trying to get rid of that box out of the way. Take it out of the way and just concentrate on whatever we have in here. That's what you're going to see me do. Well, you guys, this is how it's been looking. I still have a pile right there, if you notice, and a pile in here that I am trying to finish. I had to stop recording for the binder because it was taking so long, but I concise at least 2 binders in one binder. It's still a little bit too thick, so I might take something else, but so far, this is the bag that I have been taking from the binders and a little bit that I have taken from here, from that corner. Remember that there was a huge box in there, so I just took that off. And now I need to see how I can just take this off, whatever we don't use, and then organize. That's when I am going to separate things into donation, selling, and things like that. But so far it's looking a little bit better. I just need to fix this in here, and I have some papers in here that I would like to finish as well. So let's see how I can still organize a little bit more, and then I will show you guys how it's looking, and then probably continue going. I just don't want this video to take too long, and so far it's getting late, so I might have to stop at some point. This is a project that I knew already that it was going to take me a few days, if not a week. I still have books in here that you are not able to see, but I have books in here that I need to go through. So let's see how this is going to play out. So far it's not the way that I intended to go out, so let's see how I can finish this. Okay, you guys, so this is how it is looking so far. I cleaned everything. So the entire corner here in my bedroom, remember there were books around in here. It is completely organized. I just organized my desk, and I have in here his binder, and I just have to organize these drawers because I just purchased some things that I will show you guys eventually. This is all organized, and I have all these books organized. You can see my dog in there. Then I organized my closet. Everything is organized in here, everything clean, everything on the top is clean. And then I just organized this area. This is looking very neat. If you notice, I just add in each of the books around where we're meant to finish with the materials, some of the materials. I have done the same thing with his master books curriculum, and I have to do that as well with the history one, but I will have to wait because we are still going through Story of the World Volume 3, and I am going to be adding some information since he is in high school, some literature for him to be reading. I will be talking about that later. But in here I have the rest of the materials in that basket, so everything in here is organized. In here I have science, financial literacy, Spanish, everything that he's going to be using that is more on the elective side. And then in here what we have to finish currently, that is coming from the previous year. I like to finish the curriculum, and that is the reason why we still have part of the old curriculum in this basket. But in here I have all the new ones. I have in here all the read alouds and books that you can see there that I have to organize for history. I have our extra materials in here like dry erase markers, pens. In here I have part of our wires that we need for our tablets and iPad and his CD player for when we are in the car. And then in here I am not going to open this drawer so much because I have the new materials in there that I would like to show you guys this drawer. And then in here I have all the old supplies, extra supplies like paper clips, extra pens, markers. I have a tape for his art. I have pens in here. These are friction pens. I have as well more glue, batteries, extra paper for our printer. I have in here, let me see guys, these pens that I like to use. I use them as white out the pens, and I use them as well for drawing. I have in here for drawing as well. This is let me see, I forgot how it is called, but it is for drawing. Okay, and I have his part of his games in here for card games. I have push pins. Guys, these drawer is full of extra materials for our homeschool, and we're going and using them little by little. I purchased this eraser. We haven't used them, but we're going to. We tend to use more the ones for the pencil heads, and once we're done with those, then we're going to be adding these. I have pastels in here that I show you guys these from previous years. I have in here watercolor pencils. These are Prismacolors. I have as well his timer and just more tape, push pins. Let's see what else I have in here. Again, markers, more pens, more pencils, more watercolors, more batteries, just more scissors. Is in this box. Is a few amount of scissors in there. And let me see what else is in here. Oh, these magnetic bulldog clips that I use for our dry erase board when we are using the Bible curriculum, and it has some posters, more jelly roll pens, and the air dry for projects. Extra index cards that we use for the spelling, for traditional spelling. I don't know if I am going to be using those since we're using master books. Let's see how it goes with the spelling with master books. Paper clips, all of those supplies, extra supplies in here. And I know I have one kid, but I do like to do art. My son likes to draw, and that's the reason why you see these bunch of materials. And again, I have more in this drawer. I think I can give you a quick peek here. That's it. Now I am going to show you guys our card, our homeschool card. Here it is. So here I have all my teacher guides. This homeschool card is pretty much for me. I have the teacher guides, and I just label them the same way just to let me know when we're about to finish with that program, so I can move the rest of them in here, what is not fitting. And then I have more books in here, like the history. I'm out of air, guys. Like this is supposed to be for the dry erase. Not for the dry erase, for the erasers, sorry. And he just add that toy in there. It's magnetic, and that is the reason I have to clean these, if you notice, because I was doing something and I just forgot that. I am not sure still if I would like to change these or leave it as it is, because I mean, even though they look a little bit beaten up, but they are still working. These are from IKEA, and while I like them because they're hard cardboard and I like the opening, I don't like that you pull on them, and since the glue, the division of the cardboard is at the front, if you pull hard, they detach, so I don't like that. But I have the Story of the World here. This is empty, just with index cards and pencils, color pencils, extra color pencils. These are the regular ones. Bible trivia. This is for his song School Spanish, Story of the World. The Trumpet of the Swan. Matthew C. Epson that he hasn't finished. We are about to finish. His readers for Bible. We haven't read this yet. And dictionary and Bible. And in here I have the clipboard therapeutic for when he gets a little bit, he wants to have something in his hands. This is silent, it's trash, and it doesn't stick to places. Index cards and hole punch, and that's what I have there, I think. Yeah, and his dry erase board and more markers and chalk markers. On the back I have my labeling machine, hopefully it is well, and the Prismacolors. So that is organized. I already organized our filing cabinet, so that is good. And I just have a little bit of amount of papers here on my kitchen table, just because I am working on planning the new homeschool year, and it's taking me quite a long time, but we are about to start, so I better hurry up with that. I add these highlighters because they were in a drawer. We were not seeing them and we were not using them, and these are Crayola, I think it's tips, something like that, highlighters, and the Expo for the dry erase board. And then in here I have our dry erase markers and everything I need in this cart for me. Eventually I will add the erasers in there, but so far that's how it is going. Something that it was going to be part of the cleaning as well is this area, the sofa. We tend to sit down, and I am not that type of person that covers the sofa with anything. We put our feet on the sofa and we just get comfortable. I think a sofa is meant to be used, but I do like when the sofa comes with the covers that are removable, and that's what I like about this sofa. The covers are removable, so I just wash these completely with the pillowcases as well. So I wash all of these, and now I am just missing the bottom part to put these covers to wash, and I think that will leave me quite ready. I just need to tackle my dining table because I have part of the things that we're going to be using for the upcoming year there, just because I am planning and seeing how things are going to go together. And I have to organize this drawer. These are the drawers that I have to organize. If you notice, it's not very disorganized, at least not this one. I just have to organize the second one. I probably have to organize those little pictures that I have in there that are for our memory notebook. I am planning on doing almost like a journal type of notebook for our homeschool, just memories. And I have to organize that, but the pencils are where they belong. I might have to take these out of here. And I just have to organize this drawer a little bit better. You can see I have my Purple Mate pens and some Ticonderoga pencils in here. More pens in here, extra pens, and these are Crayola as well. Sorry that I am not pointing the camera right. Twistables. I have all of these in here. So I just have to, if you notice, vacuum because there's some hair from my dog in here, and just clean the drawers. This is pretty much clean. I would like to organize this better. I purchased other things to put here to see if I can organize this drawer better, to see what will be best, what will be more convenient. But I have stickers, paper clips, and just some few things in there. Then in here, I have more books. His YouTube that he's about to finish. He's Denison pre-algebra, and some books in here. And then in here I have more books, and I guess I give you a hint already about something, but I have some books in here. And I have these cards that I purchased a while ago. I think I showed you guys these. We haven't used these yet, but we are going to be using it. And some notebooks there that are for art. And in here, all the cards that we use for Spanish. This is from where he was little that I have left in here, but eventually I probably will give to my nieces or something. And then the last drawer, I have the keyboard for my computer. And the keyboard for my computer. And some books and pencil case and extra materials as well. So let's see how I can organize these a little bit better, and hopefully have everything ready for the start of our upcoming year, our new homeschool year.